Zubi. The Martin Zubimendi deal has now become a bit of a fiasco, a bit of a saga, if you will. The butt of all jokes in the transfer world when it comes to banter between rival fans. Liverpool copying the brunt of it at the moment for not being able to pull a deal off. I think those with a sensible and rational approach will understand that these things are not always cut and dry. Just because you put a bid in doesn't mean that it's going to happen in a matter of hours or in a matter of days. Sometimes these things take a little bit longer. But those who celebrated a bit too early and basically acted as though it was a done deal already, he had signed on a dotted line, he had his picture taken with the jersey, got his number and everything, they're the ones that are going to be looking like the silly ones if it doesn't go through. It's a big if. And there will be another video if that happens. Mark my words, there will be a reaction to the fans who spoke about just the news that Zubimendi was the target by FSG and Liverpool, where they went over the top. There will be a video reflecting on that. But in the meantime, let's focus on the here and now. So, to go through a tweet at the moment here from David Ornstein, who some have touted as the most reliable football journalist in the world. Romano maybe dropping at a third. I think some also mentioned that Paul Joyce may be someone that's guaranteed, at least for Liverpool news. But he says this is from a couple of days ago, says Read Sociedad expect Martin Zubimendi to accept the move to Liverpool. According to Sociedad sources, the clubs will still need to agree to a fee unless LFC decide to trigger the €60 million release clause, which needs to be paid in full. Now, at the moment, he is prepping to play in a friendly. Whether he will play or not, that's a different story. If he plays and the things get done on the Sunday, we don't know at the moment. That is all a question mark. But there is the ultimate question. What if it doesn't happen? If it doesn't happen, I'm coming for Liverpool, I'm coming for FSG, and I'm going to voice my strong thoughts as to why would people announce such news and then not make it happen. I mean, Chelsea just signed Pedro Neto from Wolves for like some £60 million or euros or whatever the thing was. Also 51 point something million. I mean, yes, good player, injury prone, but Chelsea could benefit from his play, and it just makes their squad that little bit better. I'm saying it's better than, but that little bit better in my opinion. With another player coming from Atletico Madrid, Omoridion, or you pronounce his name. Big money as well from that one. So, interesting. I wonder how they're going to deal fairly when that transfer ban comes through, which is, some have put suggestions, conspiracy theories that is why they're buying all these players now, because they won't be able to buy players for a couple of years, so they're going to try and bring everyone in now and give them stupid death row contracts. But obviously the question, what if he doesn't sign? There's always a question of what if he doesn't sign, and what if he doesn't sign? Well, I caught a little bit of Husam and Grizz Khan earlier today. Nice to see them joining forces and doing something together after their incident a couple of years ago. They've now had a conversation and everything seems to be working well. And they did talk about this. And remember, Husam was one of those people who was gloating and dunking on people's head tops. Don't worry for Husam, I've got the evidence. You can delete your video all you want. I have it backed up. He was the one that was speaking about, like, you know, my club have taken this player. He rejected Barcelona, he rejected this team, he rejected that team. Only Liverpool can say that, but there was nothing that was confirmed. So as it stands right now, it is 1:08 a.m. as you can see there. If you can see a little bit closer, 1:08 a.m. It is Saturday the 10th of August. So as I record this, nothing has happened yet. Nothing has happened. So as it stands, Zubimendi still has question marks against him. But let's have a quick listen here to what Grizz and Husam were talking about on the discussion of what if it doesn't happen. And of course, this will be linked down below from the timestamp of when they actually talk about this. So let's have a quick listen here.
Ornstein and Joyce literally said last night that he is open to the move. He has decided he wants to come to Liverpool. And what we've seen today is absolutely normal and natural from clubs that don't want to let Norman go, their centre-back, who's gone to Atletico, I believe. And correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, he has went to Atletico. Yeah, he has went to Atletico. Yeah.
And Marino, who was Arsenal's secondary option. Arsenal went for Zubimendi first, weren't able to convince him. Arteta showed him all types of PowerPoint and plans and graphs about how he wanted to play him. Zubimendi said no, they moved to Marino. imagine now losing your best centre back, your second best midfielder, and now your first best midfielder. Real Sociedad, of course, are desperate for not to sell both of them.
So what he's referencing there is Sociedad have apparently, it's been reported or purported that they are offering him a better deal, increase in wages and things like that. And a lot of people are saying, well, if he really loves Real Sociedad, if he wants to stay there, why does he need to be convinced with more money and a better contract if that's the case? I mean, if he's really happy there, then there should be no question of, well, I'm going to leave, I'm going to have more money here. It's like, well, hang on a second, do you really love us or do you want a little bit more cash? Now, granted, he might make more at Liverpool. I don't know. I haven't run the numbers. I don't know what he's on at the moment, but I can imagine he'd be on a lot much more if he were to come to Liverpool, have a pivotal role to play in their midfield alongside McAllister, Szoboszlai, whoever else is going to be in that midfield. Obviously, Van Dijk, Alisson, Salah, etc., etc. These are world-class players we're talking about here. So Szoboszlai, question mark in that one there. Not yet. But Van Dijk, Alisson, Salah, yes. Anyways, that is the predicament that we're in at the moment. So yes, Grizz is correct. Sociedad will try and convince a player and have him to stay. And of course, he's come out in the past and recently and said, you know what, I'm happy at Sociedad. I want to stay here. I have a contract. I don't want to go anywhere. But as we've just seen with Pedro Neto just a couple of days ago, whenever it was, he said, no, I'm happy with Wolves. I'm a Wolves player. I'm looking forward to the next season. And then bang, he gets sold to Chelsea for big dollars. That's the world of football. That's how things happen sometimes.
This is the complication. People are just thinking the Liverpool side. Arsenal have got a hand in this as well. Now what Arsenal are doing, first they refused Eddie Nketiah to be sold. Now,
apparently Nketiah is moving to Marseille by all reports from what I've seen as well. Rumours have it that he will be going to Olympique Marseille for some 30 million. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've seen at this moment in time.
They're going to sell Eddie Nketiah and throw that money to Mourinho, make sure it happens. And this is hampering us because now, what's his name of his club? Sociedad have gone full out defense and trying to persuade him emotionally. And he's a emotional sausage. This is Zubimendi, man. He's a very loyal kid. He's a very loyal guy, born and bred. You know, let's see now. Only he knows. And as I tweeted earlier, I don't even think he knows. He keeps changing his mind every half an hour. I know as well for a fact last night through his agent, he relayed the message that he wants to go to Liverpool, to his club. And they've had a panic attack. And ever since, they are making all sorts of reasons and excuses to keep him emotionally. And he's an emotional guy. And when you're dealing with an emotional guy, you don't know what they're going to do. You don't know what they're going to do next. So it is what it is, man. It's going to be, look, Husam, go back to your question. What happens now? Okay, from the media content fans' point of view, we hold that.
We are going to get cooked 100%.
And
the L is going to come thick and fast. Pause. But the banter will ensue. And I had a conversation with my mate Chris today, and he said, you know what? It's a win-win for channels, shall we say. If Liverpool do sign Zubimendi, then you're going to see a lot of people coming in there, throwing their money, throwing their super chats. Eyeballs will be coming on stream, on views to see what's being said. If Liverpool don't get him, people will be coming in, throwing their money. Eyeballs will be on stream to take the piss out of whoever the Liverpool representatives on said stream, yeah? In this case here, I've not bigged them up as such. I've not said welcome to Liverpool FC, Martin Zubimendi or anything like that. I've always maintained if he comes here, it looks like he's coming here. Nothing's happened yet. So it ain't going to be me, but I will be there if I'm going to do this reaction commentary piece on all these Liverpool fans who acted like he had signed when it was just known that he is the player that Liverpool were looking at.
You absolutely get roasted from that aspect. But from Liverpool and footballing point of aspect, if he doesn't come, and I still think he will, if he doesn't come, then we move on quickly. Because it's absolutely vital we don't just leave it. We still need a better, massive upgrade on Endo.
I'll leave it there because I want you to guys go and give Husam the love and watch this conversation. If you're a Liverpool fan or if you're a football fan in general, if you like having these a lot like hearing these discussions, shall we say. But that was the one thing there. Now, the other thing you have to also note is that Zubimendi, obviously being a product of Real Sociedad, that's where Xabi Alonso come from. And before I get to the Xabi Alonso thing, there is also the case of PTSD from the Caicedo dealings, because for all we know, that was confirmed. He was coming in, they had the jersey ready to go, and he said yes, and we're going to sign. And then Chelsea come in, and he's like, nah, you know what, I actually said yes to Chelsea first or whatever, so I'm going to go there. Like, whatever happened, it happened. There was more shit involved in that one. But I think Grizz is correct in this instance here, where it's not just, hey, we're Liverpool FC, we want you to come. Yes, I would like to play for you guys. Hello, Real Sociedad. I would like to go. Okay, cool. You need to give us X amount of dollars. Can we work on something? Nah, mate, it's not happening. And do you want an unhappy player there? Or do you want a player who's going to say, thank you very much, move to another club, you get some nice funds, you can buy backup players. But again, if they lost a centre-back, if they're losing Marino as well, if he's going to go to Arsenal and losing another big chunk, a big part of their team in the midfield. Mind you, they're in the Champions League this coming season as well. So it's going to be a little bit different for Sociedad if not just one, not just two, but if three players leave in the one window. Now, to bring this back to the thumbnail, why is Xabi Alonso on the thumbnail? Well, as I said, the links between Sociedad and Xabi Alonso, because he was the Sociedad B team manager at the time, and even though we had COVID, Zubimendi did come through the ranks. Now, from a TalkSport article that I found, Zubimendi is quoted as saying, he's an idol, a role model, so I'm a role model. So I'm delighted that he says nice things about me, he told The Guardian. I wasn't even with him for a full season because of the pandemic, but those were lovely moments. It was when he came that I started playing more with Xabi. I got a run of games. I could feel the affection he had for me, which maybe comes from having the same position. He made a point of trying to show me things, teaching me, etc., etc. With him, I started to truly understand concepts for bringing the ball out, building play. He insisted a lot on the analysis. We would walk through inflatables, positioned where the ball would be, etc., etc. So Alonso's part in this may be pivotal, because if he's going to speak to his idol, speak to the person that he wants to, emulate, shall we say, and he's going to say, Xabi, Liverpool have given me this opportunity. You've played there. What are your thoughts and opinions? It might come down to that conversation. It might come down to him tossing a coin. Who the hell knows? But my whole thing is, if it does come through, I think he'll come to Liverpool, and it will be something that hopefully works out for him and for Liverpool. Obviously, nobody wants to sign a player or go to a club where it's not going to work out for him, unless they're just going for a paycheck, in which case then there's an argument to be had as to why are you signing players? Why are you moving to clubs to hold bench? And if you're not going to be actually doing anything worthwhile on the pitch. But the other thing is as well, if his affinity for Xabi Alonso comes through and Xabi convinces him, for lack of a better word, to join Liverpool FC, follow in his footsteps and be a Liverpool FC player in the midfield, given that number 14, just like Xabi Alonso had as well, I think that would be a little bit poetic. That would be a nice little touch. But again, it's all ifs, buts and maybes. And as I'm recording this now at 1:18 a.m., still I don't see any news at the moment regarding Zubimendi. There's a tweet here from Anfield Talk, care of Ian Doyle Sport, that says, Liverpool FC continue to work on the deal for the Real Sociedad midfielder Martin Zubimendi. No other player involved in the possible transfer, despite some claims to the contrary. Discussions ongoing. It is going to be a saga and a half. And again, if this doesn't work out, rival fans will do their thing. It's normal. But if you deep it and look at a business perspective and look at both clubs trying to actually make something happen, there is a lot more behind this. It's not just, well, you can't get a player, so haha, you guys suck, you have no pool, no one wants to come to your club or play for you or your project or your manager or any of that sort of shit. There's a lot more things that happen here. The banter and stuff aside, there is actual business to be taken care of, like Grizz explained in the video. So that'll be linked down below. And I hope you enjoyed this, my little input, my little take. Let me know your thoughts down below. Is Zubimendi going to be a Liverpool player come the end of the transfer window? Hopefully, I'll wake up tomorrow morning and I see Zubimendi deal confirmed, agreed, or something like that. Happy days for everybody. But at this moment in time, we shall see.